Hey guys, I'm Heather Suarez reporting for Kids First, and today I'm sitting down and talking with Mo Fini, the director of Mambo Man. Hey Mo, how are you?
Nice to talk to you. Hi there. Good evening. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. So, one thing that I love about Mambo Man is that it is a true story, and you actually play yourself in the film. So, what did Hotas and David have to say about the film?
Well, Jose is a very, very close friend of mine. I spent years and years, over 30 years, traveling backwards up from Cuba, and then and I've been to his concert many times, and often go to the city where he lives, Bayamo, and we live together. And then when so that was an amazing opportunity for me to basically write a script and then direct it, co-direct it with a friend of mine. And now I'm very close with Jose and David. Are all very, very happy people, and they're very, they're so it's
And
all.
And when you guys were casting Hector for Jotase, did he have any input in the casting so you can make it as close as possible?
Yes, of course. I did all the casting myself, all, and then a very conventional, traditional, not the same as Universal Studios because the situation is very different. So I asked Hector Noas whether he could come to Bayamo with me and stay in the house of Jose JC, or Jose Juan Carlos, or JC, for a while in order to know him and in fact to change his personality from inside to JC. So he's got to lose an identity as Hector Noas and become new JC. The way to do it, it wasn't really writing or reading the script, is really living the guy, going to drink with him, live in his house, and do whatever he does, all his sort of extreme, sort of eccentric behavior that JC had. He had to basically change the mask of Hector Noas to JC. And one day he said, Mom, I'll be ready in a day, I'll be JC. And funny enough, the day is finished, say, do you give me permission to go back to Hector Noas? I says, of course, Hector, no, thanks very much. So, and he did really well. He absorbed the spirit of JC, and the only way was for him to live with him in Bayamo for a while.
And so you just said that how you got closer to Jotase and David, but whatever happened to Roberto and Dolores? Did you guys ever see them again?
To whom, sorry?
Roberto and Dolores.
Oh, Dolores, yes. Dolores, I can, I see them. In fact, she is the wife of a editor and co-director Edeso Alejandro. So I see them on Facebook every single day because I'm very close to Edeso Alejandro, and they are really close friend of mine. When I'm in Havana, I spend 90% of my time in the studios. He's got a studio, recording studio and film studio. We spend a lot of time together, editing different materials, so on. So we are very close with everybody in the film, even the farmers who were on the farm. When I go to Bayamo, every time I go, there's a roasted pig waiting for me. So we are still,
And exactly like what you were saying about the farms. Now, when you filmed in Cuba, was it difficult trying to pick the perfect landscapes for the movie?
The landscape or the farm which you see in the film actually belongs. It is a true story. I have not changed anything of the story. He told me the stories. I spent 6 hours in a balcony in Mexico and wrote the script. So actually there's no creation or invention or putting, say, salt and pepper. It's just what I learned, what I knew, and what he told me. And the farm he had, I asked him a year and a half ago whether I could turn it to a location for beginning of the film. And he said, of course. But normally what would happen, that in Cuba is, as you haven't been there, but you get very rainy season, you get flooded everywhere. And for a few years, it didn't rain enough in the months of March and April. So we decided to take the farm, turn it into a desert at the beginning, because the idea was how dry it is. No? And the first time we turned up with all the crew, suddenly becomes cloudy after 5 months. And due to international or worldwide climate change, really everything is sort of upside down. So for the first time, the cloud starts coming. So in the middle of film, I had to stop, change the script, say, you have to say, you know, it's so dry, I can't do anything. You have to say, I don't know what to do. One day is minute, 1 minute is cloudy, 1 minute is sunny. So we had to change as we're going along, you know?
Right. And I love how you were saying about the accuracy and that you stuck to your actual story. So you were changing things left and right with the weather, obviously. So what was your favorite scene or the most unexpected scene that you guys filmed?
My worst, and I mean the worst one, we set up to do a market in Bayamo, and honestly, it started pouring down and supposed to be the hottest day, sunniest day desert. And everybody walking with umbrellas, the cameras, I mean, the amazing footage you could never use. We spent 6 hours waiting for the never came out. So we had 6 hours of amazing footage of rain, if, you know, for the next movie. So that didn't work out, you know. And of course, the most wonderful moment was when the group of English people, tourists, turned up to the party, right? And we organized all, and suddenly it turned up into a real party. They forgot we were filming. They were eating and they sang and they're dancing. And it was really having a group of English people to a party. And it was funny because, as you know, Cubans, DNA comes music and dance. And
Yeah.
English people or European move so like a statue, half body is solid, half body. And so when I tried to dance the English with them, I was dying behind the camera of laughter, how they tried to move. And so that was quite the funniest part. I couldn't stop laughing.
I absolutely love that scene because it was such a big scene, and you captured the Cuban life so wonderfully. Because I live in America, but we see, like you said, that DNA of music and family. So the fact that you were able to bring two cultures together was awesome. So what do you hope that audience can take away from watching Mambo Man?
Look, the Mambo Man is a story of a common man in Cuba. It's a story of every man. We are all go through the experience in life, if not today, tomorrow. And unfortunately, we're facing a world which is very uncertain due to coronavirus. And things are not as they should be, as we are used to. And I thought, you know, what is wonderful is quite a pure coincidence. The Mambo Man comes in a moment that at the end of it is got a message of hope, inspiration, and future. It says, you know, what is important is love. What is important to live together. What is important, you know, is all will be all right again. I lost everything I had, but I got you and I got my daughter. And that's the main story. So hopefully, you know, with the story we have now at the moment with Corona and so on, tomorrow will be all over. And with love and affection and what we share in the world, hopefully, you know, we're going back to where before, and hopefully with a better world than yesterday, because, you know, we've done so much wrong in life. And hopefully the message is that, you know, it'll be all right again. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and Hotas, he learns that because of his wife, and she talks about how much they're struggling with money, and even she gets to learn that money is not everything.
Of
And
course.
what did you learn while Hotas' story was going on in real life?
Well, you know, understanding that life in Cuba, as you know, is very, very different from the rest of the world. We call it otra galaxia, or another galaxy, really. When you land in Havana, you got to say, bienvenido a otra galaxia. You welcome to new galaxy. And when you leave, you say goodbye, the galaxy. And so it is and for me, it's an honor. And I'm proud to be able to share the lives of Cuban with the rest of the world, which is wonderful, and to show them what real Cuba is about. Because whatever you see these days is whatever you've seen about Cuba is Havana, 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 Havana. And Cuba is not Havana. Cuba is much more to Cuba than Havana. And the tourists get the plane, go to Baradero, the coast, on the coach, back to their hotel and back, you know, and back home. And they got a wrong idea of Cuba. And hopefully the film gives a message to everybody that Cuba is, you know, the countryside is not the same as Havana. And people are so wonderfully different in a way, and they are, you know, happy people. Very little they have, they, you know, still they are very, very happy, and you know, they live in a sort of, you know, very calm kind of, you know, lives they have, you know.
Right. And so I presume that Hotas and David have seen the film. What did they say about it if they have seen it?
Well, the Hector Noas is on Instagram and on Facebook only daily, and I send him. We are very lucky so far. Mambo Man, we had 36 awards by today, international awards, Mambo Man, and I always send them to Hector, and I send to all member of crew, and they're happy, and I believe that they are almost every week on Cuban national TV talking about Mambo Man. So they are all sort of chuffed and they're very sort of happy, and they sort of, hopefully when the corona is over, we're supposed to go in December to show it both in Havana, in a Havana Film Festival, and in Bayamo, for the people of Bayamo, for thanking them for such love and affection they gave us, to the crew. You know, we're 1,000 kilometers from Havana. We got a crew of 35 people, no hotel, no food, no petrol. Cuba's got a lot of economic problems, sadly enough, but it's not all Cubans' problem, but we create those problems for Cuba. However, it was a hard time, and I got to go and say thank you to all people of Cuba and show the film to them. And hopefully, we got a biggest square, the Plaza Revolucion in Bayamo. We invited Cando Fabre and all the local musicians. All musicians were local from the eastern part of Cuba, where the son was born, to invite them to a big concert and big, and the film followed by the film, and then sort of, to say, and they are going to say thanks very much. So we pray for the corona to go away as soon as possible, so we can all get to our normal lives, really.
And I too can't wait to see how everyone reacts to this wonderful Cuban film. It's for literally anyone. So thank you so much, Mo, for talking with me. I can't wait to see whatever you do next. Let me know what next project you do, okay?
Thank you so much. Thank you to all of you. Thank you to all the people who watch your program. I'm honored and privileged to be interviewed by yourselves, and hopefully we give me inspiration to start my next script now. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, that's all the time we have for today. I'm Heather Suarez, reporting for Kids First. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel to get all of our newest reviews, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.